loss in Dallas. Glad you're with us tonight as Luke McCaffrey will return it from the 5. Good return. And cross the 40, where he was knocked down by Joshua. Quick setup and throw, and a completion. That is Deebo Samuel in a gain of 6 to start the night. We're going to see what the Commanders are doing right now. Right back up near the line. Pass. There's the offensive line. And the backs and receivers, they get Samuel and McLaurin back tonight. Both were out last game. Mariota keeps, goes. Look like he is, and he is just short of first down yardage. Bryant, we are seeing from Marcus Mariota while we look at this defense. They're good up front. They are really good at the linebacker and defensive back levels.
It's a defense that's been of years, so it allows Spagnuolo to do a lot of different things.
3rd down and 1, and they're able to pick it up on the ground with a rookie Krosky Merritt, and Jacory gets 3.
Pretty good start here for Washington. They get the good field position. They're able to get a new set of downs with that last run. And you mentioned it, Joe, and we heard from Laura.
Mariota keeps it. Samuel near sideline, trying to make a move on Tranquil, and a decent gain on first down. This is the Krosky Merritt able to hesitate. Short gain of 2 is Nick Bolton, who is so good right in the middle.
Continue to play at a high level. They just have not been able to get as much out of the passing game. Of course, a big reason for that being the injuries that they've had at wide receiver.
3rd down and 3. Mariota will take it and get it. They had Jeremy McNichols in motion at the snap. A gain of 7 and a good block from left guard Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's going to pull. This is the keeper all the way by Mariota. You can see once he gets it, hesitation whatsoever. Good blocking downfield. You got linemen getting up to the next level. Just a really good job. And you watch Mariota, and still, at his age, he moves awfully well.
Quick throw, McCaffrey out on the edge, getting a block, and a nice gain on first down. Got almost 9. Shamari Connor made the tackle. And it'll be 2nd down and short.
I like what they're doing. They're mixing in the running game. They got the high percentage passing game going and staying ahead of the chains, which is something they've had a hard time doing. There's a look at Cliff Kingsbury and what he's had to endure this year with the injuries to his franchise. And of course, all Commanders fans know the guys they've been in without, the lead guy being Terry McLaurin.
On 2nd down and 1, a first down carry by Krosky Merritt, who is a great story. He played just 1 game last year at Arizona. Issues, so he stuck around the program and was so invested in the program
to do that. And it really speaks volumes. As you mentioned, Joe, 1, to keep himself in condition, but also just his pure love for the game.
Here's Samuel, and it's off his hands and picked off. Intercepted by Dana.
Field that he wears, but you don't see deflections quite like that. But you're right, Joe, they were moving the ball awfully well.
Yeah, that's the last thing a big underdog wants to do, moving the ball well. They get that deflected interception. The first. Mahomes is set. That was Jacob Martin. He's up to 2.5 on the year, and boy, is that what this very injured defense needed.
Yeah, he's working against Jalen Moore, who's making his 3rd start at left tackle for Josh Simmons, and he just continues to play. And when you watch him, this is what he brings. It's all that he got out of the pocket, makes a nice play.
3rd down and 10 as a result. Commanders have lost to injury 3 of their top 4 defensive ends. Mahomes can't find anywhere to go with it. Chase, will he get it? Knocked down by Jeremy Reeves, and where are they going to put him? And it looks like they're going to mark him just short.
Well, good coverage by Washington in the secondary, but this is where Holmes has been really good this year when he...
Here he is, and he gets it again. Now 8 for 9 on 4th and 2 or less.
Instead, he's just able to get good movement up front. You see Kareem Hunt. I mean, he's got it picked up before he even makes contact.
That was Laramie Tunsil, the 5-time left tackle who was walking into the locker room to get looked at. On first down now, it is the rookie Brashard Smith, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Johnny Newton made the stop, and he got about half a yard. Take a look at this reshuffled offensive line with Jalen Moore making his 3rd straight start. The best guards in the game. And they get Rashid Rice back last week and had a nice game. 7 catches, 2 touchdowns, 42 yards.
Let's go, might be 4 on. Go, blue red, set.
Fake it to Hunt. Mahomes wide open is Worthy. Out of bounds at the 26 and a gain of 27.
Field, and when you turn people loose with the Kansas City Chiefs, he's going to find them.
Here's Worthy, and it's out of his reach. So let's talk Washington. Dan Quinn said during this week, their coach, the scheme, he had the starters play against the starters. He put the pads on. He wants more speed on the field, and he says they're just a click slow right now, and we'll see how they get through this game.
Click slow because they're thinking a little too much, and along those lines, Joe, they simplified things defensively, hoping to clean a lot of that up.
Low snap, 2nd and 10, incomplete with Kelsey the target. And Mahomes ends up on his back, pressured by Jacob Martin, who already has a sack.
Yeah, boy, they're going to, and it's one-on-one out there on the edge, and he gets more.
Hey, 35. Go blue Adams.
Good protection. The pass is picked off by Lattimore. And boy, did he need that. Mahomes and Travis Kelce had a great dinner there last night.
Sure did. Then they rolled me to my room and I went to bed.
The interception by Lattimore sets up the Commanders at the 7. Here is a run out by Krosky Merritt. Back to the interception.
Yeah, it's a great job by Marshawn Lattimore, who, when they went back and watched the film study, and Lattimore, who's been picked on a little bit, comes up with a big play.
Here is a toss to Krosky Merritt. They're playing without Laramie Tunsil right now as Brandon Coleman has taken over. 3rd down and 2. Mariota has to take off and now has a receiver wide open. Catch is made. That's McNichols, and a big gain on 3rd and 2. Mariota found him along the sideline and a catch and run of 24. With room out to his right, Tranquil cannot bring him down, and along the sideline, McCaffrey. And just perfection from Mariota, and good
game, and he's had some big catches along the way.
Here's Ertz out of bounds with a decent gain on 1st down. After that 17-yard completion, Ertz gets 4.
You know, a lot of people excited.
For the Commanders, McNichols and Krosky Merritt. This rather is Chris Rodriguez who checks in, and Rodriguez gets 3. They've been rotating those backs in, and that was the first time we saw Rodriguez, who carries it for the 27th time this. Washington 3 for 3 on 3rd down. Mariota is down. Brought down by Karlaftis. And that'll bring up 4th down for Matthew Wright. And go for it on 4th and 6. That's caught, and right at the marker, that's Ertz, and it looked like he And we're still waiting on the technology of a virtual measurement to tell us if this is a first down. Or, in his career, was short of the line to gain. That was the line judge who ran in and placed it down. Here is a screen set up for Rice, and boy, is that well played by Jeremy Reeves. He got through and made the stop, and Kansas City a really good score.
And those types of plays played beautifully by Washington.
Mahomes has Rice wide open, and then he gets met. That's Reeves again, and that should do it for the first quarter here in Kansas City.
But like I said, this game's about living on the edge, being aggressive, being bold in all three phases, and that's what you have to do against a good team like that.
I love it. Thanks, Dave. Joe.
Laura, thanks. Juju Smith-Schuster with a catch on 3rd down and 4. He is able to pick up a first down for Kansas City. And I would think the early returns, Laura asked Dan Quinn, he's got to be pleased with the way his defense is coming off the ball. They're moving guys around. They're using Frankie Louv.
Needed to clean up a lot of the mistakes that they've had. We saw one on the opening possession, but overall they've been good.
Mahomes out to his left. Wagner shoves him. And he was still in bounds when Bobby Wagner, the 10-time Pro Bowl middle linebacker.
Jacob Martin, who was able to who went inside and allowed then Patrick Mahomes to get on the edge the way he did.
Quick throw. Kelsey gets dumped in a good tackle. There he is again. Jeremy Reeves has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's definitely shown up to play. Blew up the play when they threw it to Rashee Rice on the screen and comes up, and that's not an easy tackle to make against Travis Kelsey.
Brings up 3rd down again. A loss of 1 on that play.
Hold on. Go blue out, set.
Mahomes off the hands of Kelsey and picked by Wagner. And now each side with an interception that was deflected by a receiver. Debo on one side and now Travis Kelsey on the other.
Yeah, that's the second interception that's been attributed to Patrick Mahomes that has come off the hands of Travis Kelsey this year.
Mariota keeps, fires, and the pass is caught by the tight end Bates. And John has just his 3rd catch of the year. What a game Cliff Kingsbury is calling here tonight. And just like that, a gain of 22 and right into Kansas City territory. Mariota keeps, gets around the edge, and a nice gain on 1st down.
Got to take advantage of this outstanding field position that it afforded him.
First time that Patrick Mahomes in his career has been intercepted on each of the first 2 drives of a game, regular season or postseason. Low throw, good catch. Debo Samuel is wrapped up, and a strong tackle by Chamari Connor. Here's the interception.
Now we're going to get to that interception here, and then he turns and he sees. So he's watching the receiver, and the ball comes up in the air, and he's there. And that's an area that this defense has really kind of struggled with.
Quick throw, pass is caught by Ertz, can't break the tackle, and it's good by Hicks. It's 4th down again, and let's tell the story about the kicking game. Matt Gay popped up on the injury report on Saturday with a bad back. While you watch this replay and the strong tackle made by Hicks. 1. Extra men on the rush. Mariota floats it, and incomplete for McLaurin. And again, the Commanders turn it over on downs. Hand off to Pacheco. Wagner makes the stop. I think you can go back to the play calling, too. We just were raving about Cliff Kingsbury. They had the 8-yard run on first down after the completion to Bates. They had 2nd and 2. They threw 2 incompletions and then heaved it down.
Didn't even give themselves much of a chance.
3rd down and 2. Rashard Smith in motion. There's Kelsey. Makes good on this one. And a 1st down, Kansas City. That's his 2nd catch of the ball game.
You know where Patrick Mahomes is going to go with the football, and he'll wear them out if they continue to play him that way.
Mahomes keeps. Has all day, and he's got Kelsey. Down inside the 25.
Well, I've talked about it, Joe. If you give Patrick Mahomes time, I've never seen a quarterback see the field better than Patrick Mahomes.
Here's Pacheco. Let's talk about that. When we talked to Andy Reid, you said that about his vision. And Andy said he's got fighter pilot vision. I've always said it. And then he said he has, meaning Mahomes, has the ability to dump the progression we always talk about and go to whatever he sees that's open. The special skill
field, it takes him away from his progressions and kind of muddies the look.
Here's a pitch to Smith. And Richard is brought down right at the marker. Tyler Owens, a safety they're getting in there more because of his speed.
In his career, moved to running back last year at SMU.
1st down, Hunt. And 1st and goal from the 8.
Just under 75% of their trips inside the red zone into touchdowns. So, you know, this is where the game so many times is won and lost.
Wildcat formation with Rice in the backfield. And he takes it right up the middle. Rice, touchdown.
See where this ball is when that elbow hits the ground.
Looks to be short.
Not only for themselves, but for these opponents that are having to face them.
They like Hunt. Kareem Hunt down close. They give it to him, and in he goes. Touchdown, Kansas City. Seven zip. Kelsey Edson. Butker will let it fly. Jalen Lane, the rookie. To the 35. Time now for outs of the night. Good play. Nick Bolton. And no gain as Krosky Merritt was introduced to the former.
But Bolton, man, he just hits it downhill and makes a great play.
Mariota wide open on the far side is Sinnott. And the seldom used 2nd-year tight end with a catch and run. Another big play for Washington. This time 22 yards.
And then Deebo Samuel, once he realizes he's not getting the football, he wheels around and he's able to then make a block on Watson. Just really good execution by Washington.
Laramie Tunsil, the 5-time Pro Bowl left tackle, back out there for Washington. 4 possessions, all 4 times the Commanders have crossed midfield. Krosky Merritt cuts up field and gets a yard and a half.
And that's big, getting Laramie Tunsil back at left tackle. Wasn't sure we were going to get a chance to see him return, but with him back in the line, and focus protection over to the right side with the rookie Josh Connerly. So you kind of help both positions by getting him back.
Second down and 9, fake toss, watch out. Mariota broke one tackle, now another. Loftus got through, had pressure, and it turns into a 3-yard gain by Mariota.
Mariota, because as Karlaftis, he comes up the field, we saw him already make a play just like that. He just continues to kind of work the pocket and make some.
On the outer edge at field goal range, it's 3rd down and 5. Dan Quinn has passed on a couple of field goals already. Mariota drops it off. McNichols has got 1st down and then some. Out of bounds, maybe just inside the 20. Let's 10 for the Commanders, down by 7. Chris Jones has been held in check so far. They throw to McNichols. And he's got about 10. We'll see where they put it down. They're going to mark him just short, less than a yard. But here we are again, a 3rd down and inches for the Commanders. They've been knocking on the door all night. They've been able to every possession. They've turned it over twice on downs.
Kingsbury, he's got 2 downs to pick this up.
I don't know if they're going to look at the spot. Couldn't hear. Tackle Laramie Tunsil missed 15 snaps. Brandon Coleman did a nice job at left tackle while he got the shot out there. Chiefs defense has been, well, it's been a different story tonight compared to last week against the Raiders. Barely had to play. Tonight, they got their hands full. 1st down. Mariota looking for blocking. Well played. Karlaftis. Chanel as well. 2nd and 10.
Gosh, that's such a great play by George Karlaftis. He's been all over the place here in this 1st half. He's going to read it like he's going to string this out, and then he slides up and makes a heck of a play. And he gets up the edge as well. It's just Leo Chanel between the.
Mariota chased, stays upright. End zone for Samuel. Incomplete, out of bounds. 3rd down and 10.
Well, it was a nice try. Control it going to the ground.
Play clock at 2. Mariota just lobs it up for McLaurin. Did he get him down? Incomplete, out of bounds.
Mariota to find McLaurin.
Extra point is inside the right upright, and we're tied by Matthew Wright.
Is going to come all the way across the field here. So Jeremy McNichols helps secure the edge, blocking Karlaftis, and then to make this throw and putting it where he did, and then knowing where he is on the boundary in order to keep his feet in bounds. It was just a lot of things that had to happen.
They lost at Atlanta. And here's a kick that lands in the landing zone, and Remigio on the return. Flag flies. 53 seconds on the clock and 1 timeout for Kansas City.
And this what Patrick Mahomes is able to do. They got 1 timeout, 50 seconds to go. He certainly doesn't need much time. We've seen that over the years.
And think about the other side, too. Depending on what happens, the first play, second, all 3 timeouts of theirs. Mahomes going to go. And get a 1st down. Slide
by Mahomes and opened up the running lane.
Mahomes, good catch by Kelsey.
It really was. That's not an easy catch to make for a big guy like him down low.
Timeout taken by Kansas. Kansas City takes the... First down throw. Mahomes got popped. And this is out of bounds. And Mahomes ends up on his back as Javon Kinlaw got in there. Man. It's 2nd down. Mahomes fires it. This one's broken up. Worthy the target. And Amos, the rookie corner, made the stop.
Really a nice job by Trey Amos, because it looked like Worthy, it looked like it was going to be a pretty...
Outs. Tie game. Vaughn Miller coming off the edge. Mahomes was ready to air it out. Now left-handed just throws it into the ground. That As Kansas City starts this second half of the ball, Remigio on the return, breaking tackles and wrestled to the ground. Flag flies at the end of that return by Remigio.
Yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down.
All right, so we'll welcome you back to the booth, Joe Buck, along with Troy Aikman, and Kansas City has the ball first, so we'll just focus.
And the more this game goes along, the more confidence this defense is going to gain. And right now, I think it's playing the way Washington would hope. The last thing they wanted to see this become was a shootout. It's with Kansas City getting the ball here in the start third quarter.
That's Rice, who was in motion, gets the pass and is tackled with a 5-yard gain at the 25. Take a look at the first half for Patrick Mahomes. Was, I think, energized and challenged by head coach Dan Quinn this week.
And with the backdrop of having lost their best pass rusher, Dorrance Armstrong, last week. And so, you know, the game defensively for Washington has been about as good as they could have hoped for.
2nd and 5. That one's tipped and nearly still caught, and then a hit, which will draw a first down by penalty.
Bobby Wagner, he's the one who gets his hands on this ball, and Noah Gray with great concentration trying to make a play on it, but you see as he's defenseless and comes right into the helmet.
Personal foul.
Mahomes, Gray, who just survived that hit. Bobby Wagner with the tackle and a nice gain of 8 on that first down play.
Came off Kelsey's hands, and really a good play by Lattimore. Curious as to whether or not he was trying to throw the back shoulder on that particular ball to Hollywood.
Pacheco gets the first down and then gets lifted up by Sainristil still. The gain of 5.
Well, Joe, you had an extra week to prepare coming off that really defeating game to the Dallas Cowboys, their worst of the season, having lost now the last 2 games, 3 of their last 4. And it was right things, and it's yielded positive results up to this point.
Mahomes has all day. Kelsey leaks out. He's got a ton of room in front of him. Sainristil still brings him down to save the touchdown.
Great coverage everywhere, and it's why the ball doesn't come out of Mahomes' hands. They've got the deep ball covered, and then Kelsey, who is in helping protect, he just realizes that it's the caliber of Patrick Mahomes.
First and goal from the 9. Pacheco with his feet flying. Brought down by Deron Payne, a gain of 1.
Well, you just simply...
Career touchdown receptions, most by a Chief all time. Overall, he's got 82 touchdowns. He's 1 off, record set by Priest Holmes. Mahomes, Rice, reaching, and out of bounds. Good for spot. Well, 3rd down and goal. From outside the 2, Mahomes. Flags on the play. Pass incomplete. Looks like 2 different fouls potentially on. Mahomes floats it. Not there for Gray. A lot of contact, but no flags. With Sainristil still in coverage, it's
blocking, and by the time he turns around and he's being held, it's too late.
So it's 4th down and goal. Mahomes out to his right. Back across for the touchdown to Hunt. His 2nd of the night.
And nobody continued with Hunt, and as he always does, Mahomes finds him.
7-point lead for Kansas City game with a touchdown on that first possession after the half. as the Chiefs play their 8th game of the year, and now we'll kick it back to the Commanders.
Yeah, on a couple of broken plays. The big play to Travis Kelce when it looked like he initially was blocking. They couldn't get to Mahomes, and then, of course, on the touchdown to Kareem Hunt.
Watch out here. That is Lane. It goes out of bounds, and that's going to put the Commanders back inside their 5 near their 1. The rookie, Jalen Lane, couldn't make. Brandon out with a hamstring injury. Looking for a little bit of breathing room. Krosky Merritt, the rookie, gets 2. Let's go to Laura. He had missed a snap prior to tonight. 2nd and 8. Mariota from his end zone over the middle. He's got McLaurin. Well, I'll say this, Marcus Mariota making his 3rd start. I don't know that he can play any better than he is right now.
No, I thought he's played well when he's had his opportunities this year in his 2 starts. We've seen Trent McDuffie. He's been traveling to Terry McLaurin's
1st down at the 22. Delayed handoff. Krosky Merritt spins out across the 25. McLaurin has got 5 straight 1,000-yard games. Out to his right. Mariota floating it for Samuel. It's not there. 3rd down coming up.
Well, Joe, we had Washington back in the preseason when McLaurin was holding out. And as we talked about then, you know, it just didn't feel. Competitive guys going at it.
Play clock at 2. Mariota has to pull it down and now fires. It's off the hands of Lane. As he was going to the ground and Brian Cook had a shot at it, couldn't get the pick on the deflection. It's 4th down.
Wow, the field position that he put his offense in to start this drive.
First punt either team. Way hits a beauty. Remigio backpedaling near the 15. Bates got down there to make the stop. And then Remigio fought his way out of bounds near the 25, an 11-yard return. Chiefs ball leading by 7. 8 minutes left, 3rd quarter, 2nd possession, 2nd half. They hand it Pacheco, and he gets the edge and gets 11. Let's go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, remember that Patrick Mahomes told us that with all the weapons they have, he thinks this can make, and they're all just kind of doing that naturally.
Yeah, Lisa, there's certainly more to talk about with that. Pacheco lined up wide to the left of Mahomes. Mahomes looked that way. Now back over the middle where he finds Smith-Schuster. And Juju to the 41.
You've heard me say it, Joe. I just don't think you can beat Patrick Mahomes playing zone coverage. You know, his snaps were going to go down, but he's a valuable guy in all the things that he does. Does a lot of the dirty work in the run game, too.
Who's got 2 touchdowns in this game gets a yard.
You know, we hear Lisa Salters talk about as far as getting the ball spread around. Here's a look at the targets tonight. Travis Kelce, of course, with 7 targets. He's got 5 receptions. He's nearing the 100-yard mark. He's got 89 yards receiving tonight. Surprisingly, spreading it around. Hollywood Brown, he had 99 yards week 1, but no one else has gotten close until tonight with Travis Kelce.
They found 6 different receivers, had 5 different ball carriers. This ball's out, and then getting right back on top of it as Savage forced a fumble. For the Chiefs, they have not lost any of them.
Just good bounces. You know, you can't coach that up.
Mahomes, quick throw, Worthy, good tackle out on the edge. It's Quan Martin.
Well, clearly they're in field goal range, and this.
Cover zero. Cover zero.
Yeah, you hear him saying cover 0. No safety in the middle of the field. Nobody back here.
2nd and 8. Rice, full head of steam. 1st down.
Let's him get what he can.
2nd game back off the 6th suspension for Rice. Here's Worthy. The throw led Worthy up the field, and on 1st down, a gain of 4.
You know, I go back to what Lisa Salters say. If you want to play the big ball, they can do that with the deep shots, and they play this ball possession with these receivers.
2nd and 6. Mahomes, end zone, caught by Kelsey. Touchdown. Spot on the all-time list for touchdowns with the Chiefs. Number 83. It's touchdown catch number 80, and it's on to go down and get that football for touchdown number 83 for Travis Kelsey, and that ball will be tucked away and on a man.
Travis Kelsey throughout his career, and I've especially respected the respect that he's given to Tony Gonzalez over the years.
All right, see if the Commanders can answer. That's McNichols, and that is a strong tackle by Brian Cook.
The secondary for Kansas City, they are really talented, and we haven't talked about Noah Williams, their rookie. Well, you give them a 2-touchdown lead like they have right now, and they can feel it, and it opens up that defensive playbook for that guy there, Spagnuolo.
3rd down and 8. Blitz was coming, and this one is caught by McLaurin. And it's a catch.
Play.
Yeah. In this situation, if it's clear and obvious on the line feed.
He's got a bad hamstring, and he's having a ball over on the sideline. What a good throw. What a catch.
He's got $1 million smile, too.
25-yard completion on that one. Here's Debo trying to cut upfield, and Drew Tranquil made that play.
Wow. That was a collision, and you got Nick Bolton, who's down. Is he getting up? Yeah, he's getting up. He took a pretty good hit at the end of that play. Debo Samuel
on 2nd and 9.
He's still hurting right now.
Mariota, McCaffrey, great defense. Watson.
Well, Jalen Watson, he almost intercepted that ball. He read it so quickly. He had interception on his mind. And he had a good chance. You're going to see him as he shoots up the field. He reads it immediately, and that ball was. They're one-on-one.
Dana, a sack. He's got a pick in this game, and now a center's out of field goal range with a loss of 9, and Way just got it away with Remigio, a fair catch back near the 5. They are
out in plenty of time, and there's just miscommunication, whether it was Sam Cosmi or the rookie Josh Connerly at right tackle, but they turned Dana totally loose for that sack, which is a big play.
Con ACL. So they haven't played together much, and it showed right there as Worthy makes the catch on his hip. Breaks the tackle of Sainristil still. So they haven't played together much, and it showed right there as Worthy makes the catch on his hip. Breaks the tackle of Sainristil still and gets about 9.5. Look at Patrick Mahomes tonight when we're talking about the word vision.
Yeah, some of the things we talked about coming into this game, and provided time in the pocket, you can just tell he sees it all. And he knows exactly where his outlets are, where he needs to go with the football, and when he moves up, long hands at the point of the catch.
Here's Hunt with a 1st down right up the middle. Think about this game. It was tied 7-7 early 3rd quarter. Kansas City took the ball down the field. went for it on 4th down and goal and got the touchdown. They've added another since. And Kareem Hunt has been front and center with 2 of the 3 scores they've had tonight.
Yeah, just some good tough go, more opportunities. He's gotten those, but Kareem Hunt has run awfully hard.
Here's Brashard Smith turning on the Jets. And all the momentum, the flag is down, is with the home team right now. So looks like it's coming back.
Holding. Offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Mahomes. He is tripped up and brought down. That was Martin. That's his 2nd of the night.
Jacob Martin, relentless, and without him, they really have not had a whole lot of pressure. They mentioned Dorrance Armstrong not being in the lineup, and Martin has been the one guy that's been able to apply a little bit of pressure. We haven't even.
Dietrich Wise earlier in the year. 3 of their top 4 defensive ends. Mahomes out to his left. Throws and finds Rice. First down.
Oh, Frankie Luvu, he's out there. He's trying to help cover Rice, but because there was no.
A late flag just came in at the end of this play.
Stop.
Saw Rice go out and now come back in, and Patrick Mahomes went right up to him in the huddle. First and 10 at the 29 after that penalty. Pacheco across the 40 with another first down.
And there's a reason he plays receiver and not quarterback.
Hit Quan Martin right in the helmet. Here's a handoff now to Pacheco. Rashee Rice, the suspension but couldn't practice, was in meetings and then got to ramp up prior to last week as Mahomes finds Gray and gets a wow from my partner on that little throw moving to his left.
It's a carry here in this ball game, and the offensive line has done an excellent job. And now with Javon Kinlaw out of the game, it just gives them more opportunities inside. That's a big loss. Another big loss.
Holmes for Gray, too far.
Well, you see Mahomes, he realizes that Noah Gray, that miscommunication, Patrick saw what I saw, that Noah Gray, he's running more of an out route. Good point. Those two always seem to be on the same page.
3rd down and 3. Low snap. Rice. First down plus. Got a good block from Noah Gray. Next week, we are in a...
It'll help the Cardinals.
Pacheco gets 2. Denver Broncos, by the way, have put up 77 points over their last 5 quarters. And when you look at that team, the offense feels like it's fighting them all year in the AFC West. As you look at ball control in this second half, dominated by Kansas City.
Yeah, that AFC West, that's a fun division between the Chargers as well, and how that's going to shape up. But Kansas City continuing to hit their stride.
No doubt. As Rice makes the catch for the touchdown.
Foot race, and it's one that Wagner's not going to make at his age.
6. Chiefs this half, 3 possessions, 3 Mahomes touchdown passes to 3 different receivers, and Rashee Rice in his 2nd game back. Lisa, when we talked to Andy Reid about him, and Andy Reid has seen a lot over 27 years as a head coach in the NFL, he said he's a good kid. He made a mistake, trying to learn from it. They're happy to have him back as the rookie right tackle, Josh Connerly, was too quick.
False start. Offense, number 72.
Easily. We'll see if he gets back out of the field.
It's a 21-point game as this one for McNichols is
Just digging themselves a bigger hole, and no doubt that they're going to need McLaurin if they're going to climb their way out of it.
2nd down and 15. You saw Laramie Tunsil on the sideline. They're without him. as Mariota takes off and Chris Jones trips him up. Yeah, they've got that Seattle game and then a Detroit game. Blitz, quick throw, incomplete for Ertz. Steve Spagnuolo brought the house.
Yeah, you see Ertz
had to get rid of it so fast he didn't even get the laces on the football. And it's another punt from Tress Way. Mejio. Near side. Has a wall. Reeves saved an even bigger return. 15-yard return. And a flag is down. The cartoon or your face, Troy, watching that cartoon in our meeting this morning as a handoff is to Hunt.
Because I had a look that I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Yes, that part.
Give him some time because good things are going to happen. You look at his numbers. He's got 30 yards rushing. It feels like he's run for 200 yards, all over the field. And some of the throws that he has made have been pretty amazing.
Pressure by Newton right up the gut. And then at the end.
Terry Roughness defense. Number 95, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Organization, and it's hard when you look around the league and how good these teams are, and it just then is really more of a feather in the cap of Andy Reid and what they've been able to do here in Kansas City for so many years.
Hunt trying to cut back, and he got to the line of scrimmage. What's going on with Kinlaw, Laura?
Yeah, Joe, he's still on the sideline, and we saw them working on his upper right.
Buffalo had a win yesterday against Carolina after they had lost a couple of games, and that we know what that matchup means.
Here is Worthy going to turn on the Jets. He's got Jets. And out of bounds with a Kansas City first down.
Football and all football fans.
Pacheco nothing.
You mentioned our Monday night game that we'll have eventually with Indianapolis, and what a job Shane Steichen has done, and Daniel Jones, and best record in football right now. They've won 4 straight and really playing some good football.
And I think anybody who's met Daniel Jones along the way has got to be happy that after and kind of getting ridden out of New York and the Giants, he had with Kevin O'Connell and then signs with Indianapolis, and they've been phenomenal. Games in week 16 as Pacheco may have fumbled. The official Pro Bowler and center and a high school wrestler who showed off his moves right there. Make the WWE circuit happy. Here is Hunt. Broad coverage of every game starts at 6 on ESPN Plus and ESPN2 as Rice on 3rd and 9 is brought down short of the first down by Wagner.
I thought they might find a way to throw the ball, come back, and play some really good football. We had the loss they had against Jacksonville, one they easily could have won. But they are playing good in this defense. We haven't talked a lot about them, but they've been really good.
Jalen Lane fields the punt by Ariza, his first punt of the night at the 5, and gets it out to the 20. 57-yard punt, 15-yard miss second half. The one to Travis Kelce. Throwing while he was backing up to Rashee Rice, and then Noah.
All of those throws, regardless of the position he's in.
Here's a good job by Karlaftis to get his hand on a screen to knock it away from Krosky Merritt.
Well, I mentioned the defense and the job that Steve Spagnuolo has done, and there was a time in the last 3 games. Pretty impressive.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning, this is a catch by Ertz. Tranquil is there for Kansas City, and ball game, 3rd down and 5 for the Commanders. 2 to go. 21-point game. That should be a free 5. This interception will not count by Joshua Williams.
Offside, 95.
We've had this crew up here for a while.
Tony Guarneri. Here's McNichols, and then my boy Steve Horn, who's been my right-hand man forever. And while I say all those names, and dives. The ball comes out. And I think the ball went out of bounds short of the line to gain, which we've said that phrase, line to gain, 28 times tonight. I will breathe on. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Taco Bell. This city of Kansas City, Missouri, all lit up and proud of their Chiefs. Picked. And that's Cochran, Jack Cochran, who is getting a chance to play. Normally a special teamer gets his first interception of the year. And a flag came down late.
Nice. He had only played 19 snaps coming into this game defensively, getting his opportunity here late.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90,